Phobia issues, presenting issues versus real issues. Phobias can be precisely defined with a specific term. There is a long list of Latin-based words to describe hundreds of different types of distinct phobias. For people with phobias, there are often not other issues in their life that are sufficiently related or significant enough to require us to work on as well. Well-defined phobias. There are hundreds of possible phobias, most of which have very similar characteristics and treatment, but there are some notable variants that get included in the term phobia. Here are the top 11 in terms of likelihood that you'll encounter them in hypnotherapy. Animals make up the first 4: spiders, dogs, snakes, insects, and heights. These are classic examples of phobias. They're the most common and the most straightforward to work with, both in defining the issue and in treatment. The next group is phobias of driving, injections, germophobia, agoraphobia, fear of outside spaces, claustrophobia, fear of confined spaces. These are still common, so you will see them just a little less than the top 5, and these are also fairly straightforward. Phobias versus confidence. Public speaking can be defined as a phobia, and a client may present their issue as being a phobia of public speaking. But it could be just a fear, or it could even be that they only really have low confidence when it comes to public speaking. So they may be better suited to our hypnotherapy specialty for confidence. Public speaking is classified as a phobia under the technical term glossophobia. A phobic will react to the idea of public speaking with terror. They likely had an early traumatizing event, then tried to do public speaking, but had a catastrophic inability to do it, like freezing up and not getting out a single word and leaving the stage, or after their early traumatizing event, they've since refused to step on stage at all, despite many strong incentives. General hypnotherapy can apply if they just feel a little bit worried about public speaking, especially in the days beforehand. But when the time to speak comes, they can do it, and afterwards they feel a relief. They may be very uncomfortable, but they can do it if pushed. Specialist hypnotherapy for confidence applies if they feel nervous about public speaking, but in the end are glad they did it. They may feel they're not very good at it, but the authentic feedback from others they'll get is that they did okay, and they do have in themselves the desire that if I felt more confident with public speaking, then I would like to do that, and I would like to have that confidence and do more public speaking. So they just want to feel better about public speaking and get better at it. Anxiety, stress. Some people use the word anxiety to describe many things, or emphasize stress in describing their issue. Anxiety stress is a specialty on its own. So we have to be aware when people have a presenting issue that they think is fear or phobia, when in fact we need to refine their issue as actually fitting into anxiety stress and redirecting them to that specialty. For example, people may come for phobia treatment because they feel they've got social phobia, which is a term, but this is generally better termed social anxiety disorder, or even better, just social anxiety. This does tend to involve fear and past trauma, but it is a different process, so it belongs to anxiety stress specialty, not fear. Panic attacks. Panic attacks. People may think of these as being grouped in with fears and phobias, but unlike phobias, they have no specific trigger. A phobic response can lead to a panic attack, but we are best to offer and work with phobias only. So once again, this belongs to the anxiety stress specialty, not fears and phobias.